Women with straight hair want it curly. Hello. And women with curls want them tamed. And I know curls can be hard to conquer, so I've heard. But Nikki B is here from Cutting Loose, and she's going to give us some hints. So, is it true not all curls are created equal?
Absolutely not. There's actually a different category for each curl, and it does matter what type of curl you have for the type of product you're going to be using on your curls.
Oh, well, let's start with loose curls. What do you do for that?
So loose curls is going to be kind of your first step to curl. It's basically everyone in Florida during summertime.
Oh, yeah.
That's when your hair has a slight bend to it, and what we can do with our Ouidad products is encourage more of that to create more movement and bend, but not a full curl from it. So that's considered a loose curl.
Okay, so what about a classic?
So then classic is what the first thing you think of when you think of a curl in hair. That's going to be more of your 2009 Taylor Swift. That nice full spin of a curl, not too tight, and it's that beachy, surfy texture that you can encourage to be a tighter curl as well.
Okay, so, and speaking of tighter curl, what would that look like?
So tighter curls, think of, if you can remember, a telephone cord.
I can.
Right. So that's going to be a tight curl.
I was thinking Little Orphan Annie. Is that also that?
Yeah,
tight,
exactly.
Tight to the head? All right.
Yes.
Okay, and then there is even one more, and it's
One
the kinky
more.
curl?
It's the kinky curl. So when we
it is
think
different.
kinky, we think of a really tight coil. So it's going to be smaller and tighter, spinning around even more than your tight curls.
Okay, it looks like it would be very hard to manage, I'm thinking.
You definitely want the correct products to help encourage that.
Can all types of hair achieve all of these curls, or are some just hopeless? You know, if you have very fine hair.
You're looking at
You can, but you might want to use a little encouragement from a hot tool, like a curling iron. So we want to encourage as much of the natural texture in the hair, and then maybe grab our curling iron, depending on what size you're trying to create, and then go in and emphasize that shape.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you,
Speaking of the kinky, the tight, the classic, there is actually more than one happening commonly in most people's hair.
Oh, really?
So
Oh.
it's not that, oh, I'm just a classic curl. I could be a classic and a tight, or I could be a kinky and a tight.
Curls are not exclusive.
Exactly.
multiple.
So to share and show a little bit of that, we actually have a model, a local YouTuber we brought with us,
yes.
Cecily Alana, and our stylist Talia, to talk about how to manage those two curl patterns or
So this
three.
was Cece before she came into Cutting Loose?
Correct. This is our
Okay.
before photo of her natural curl without any products. And this is what we can do with the proper products and a little enhancement from a curling iron. So I'm going to let Talia tell you a little bit of how we started with this and what curl patterns Cecily has.
So as Nikki explained, not everyone has the same curl pattern. Cece has mostly a classic curl throughout most of her head. Closer to her face, you can see she has some tight curls. So they're gonna have different needs. The classic are gonna need more encouragement. The tighter are gonna need more hydration and moisture. So we used 2 different curl lines to be able to achieve that, and we used Ouidad's signature rake and shake technique to be able to set her hair in its natural curl pattern.
Wow, you really see the texture.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now.
And you can tell around her front of her face how it is a little bit smaller and tighter curl. She actually enhanced one side only with a curling iron just so you could see. The other side is a little more attitude and undone. The side that's polished off, it has the curling iron to create more formal effect for her.
Wow, well there is hope for all of us yet. John Scalzi, you and I are going to rock the curls next week.
I want to see that.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Talia. And thank you, Cece. For all of your hair and product needs, you can find them at Cutting Loose. You can go to their website, cuttingloose.net, or one of their locations here on the Suncoast. Coming up next, we have details about John and Linda's big show at the Players. That's Linda Larson, not Linda Carson.